Okay, let's unpack this. When you think about a swimming pool, you probably imagine relaxation, maybe a bit of skimming, right? But what if I told you there's a quiet tech revolution happening right under the surface? We're about to dive deep into a surprisingly dynamic industry: smart pool monitors.
That's spot on. Yeah, we've been sifting through some fascinating market research from cognitive market research, really looking at the current trends and future opportunities for these smart pool monitors. Our mission today is to kind of extract the most important nuggets of knowledge from this data, helping you understand not just what these devices are, but why they're becoming so, well, essential.
And trust me, the numbers here are pretty eye-opening. Get ready to see pool maintenance in a whole new light. So for anyone maybe just coming into this space, let's start with the absolute basics. What exactly are these smart pool monitors, and what do they primarily do for a pool owner?
Right. So what's fascinating here is how they integrate advanced technology directly into pool management systems. SPMs, smart pool monitors, they're essentially devices that offer real-time monitoring and automated control of various pool parameters. Things like water temperature, pH levels, definitely chlorine content, filtration, overall pool cleanliness. It covers a lot.
Okay.
And they connect usually pretty seamlessly to your smartphone or other smart devices. So you get remote access, the core benefit, automated alerts, maintenance reminders, and data analytics to really optimize your pool care.
So it's really all about convenience then, taking the guesswork out of pool care for you.
It's largely about convenience, yes, but also precision. These systems use advanced sensors, often electrochemical or optical. They can detect very small changes in water chemistry much more accurately and consistently than, say, manual test strips.
Right, so much more reliable than the old dip and red method.
Exactly. While, maybe an experienced owner might double-check occasionally, the goal here is automation and accuracy. It pretty much aims to take the guesswork and, frankly, the frequent hassle out of it.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. This isn't just some niche gadget, right? This market is exploding. How big are we talking? What are the numbers telling us about where this is headed?
Oh, the figures are incredibly compelling. Cognitive market research puts the global smart pool monitor market at roughly USD 22,142.6 million in 2024.
Wow. Okay.
But that's just the start. It's projected to hit, get this, USD 59,703.5 million by 2032. That reflects a really robust compound annual growth rate, a CAGR, of 13.2% during that period.
Whoa, almost tripling in less than a decade. That's phenomenal growth.
So what's propelling this? I mean, beyond just wanting things easier, what are the deeper drivers?
Well, it taps into several bigger trends. There's the whole smart home technology movement. People increasingly want convenience and efficiency in their homes. Automated pool management just fits right in.
Makes sense. Plus, there's the surge in demand for just automated pool management solutions generally, and the wider adoption of IoT devices. Your pool basically becomes another connected appliance. And crucially, there's a growing focus on energy efficiency and water conservation. These monitors help optimize chemical use, filtration times, that saves resources.
That makes perfect sense. So it's not just a nice to have. The tech is also getting better, more effective, more eco-friendly. Can you dig a bit deeper into those specific tech advancements? What's really enabling this on a technical level?
Absolutely. So a big part is innovations in sensor technology. They're getting more accurate, more efficient. Real-time water quality monitoring, detecting subtle chemical shifts. That's becoming pretty standard now. But beyond just reporting what is, we're seeing the emergence of predictive maintenance features.
Predictive maintenance, how does that work for a pool?
Think of it like your smart thermostat, learning your habits. Or maybe your car warning you before light comes on. These systems can analyze trends, maybe detect early signs of pump strain, or a filter needing a clean before it becomes a real problem. It helps prevent equipment failure, extends the life of this system, saves money and headaches down the line.
Okay, that's a significant step up from just getting an alert that the pH is off. Now, with this kind of growth, where is it happening fastest? Which parts of the world are really embracing smart pools?
Geographically, North America holds the biggest piece of the pie right now, well, about 40% of the global market in 2024. That's driven by high smart home adoption and just, well, lots of pools, especially in places like California, Florida.
Sure.
Europe is next, around 30%. Big focus there on water conservation, eco-friendly solutions. But the really rapid growth, the highest CAGR, is expected in Asia Pacific, around 15%. They're projected to reach maybe 25% market share by 2025. Think rising incomes, more urbanization in China, India. Pool ownership is growing there.
Interesting dynamic. And who are the big companies leading this charge? Who are the key players we should know?
Yeah, it's a highly competitive market. You've got some prominent names, Fluider SA, Hayward Industries Inc., Pentair Peel. Fluider actually holds the largest share currently, maybe around 15% in 2024. Hayward's got about 12%, Pentair around 11%. These companies are really pushing innovation, tech advancements, and doing strategic stuff like mergers, partnerships to grow.
Right, constantly jockeying for position. So it sounds like consumers are clearly voting for smarts over traditional then. What's the actual market share split look like?
The data suggests a clear preference, yeah. SPMs hold roughly 60% of the overall pool management market share in 2024. Compare that to traditional automated systems at maybe 30%, and good old manual monitoring is down to just 10%,
60%, that's dominant already.
and it's projected to climb further, likely hitting 65% by 2025. The demand for energy-efficient, user-friendly, and ultimately cost-effective solutions is really driving that shift.
Okay, but growth like this never comes without bumps in the road. What are the potential hurdles? What challenges are facing these smart pool monitors?
Yeah, there are definitely challenges. One big one is environmental sensitivity. Extreme temperatures, humidity, even direct sunlight. These can mess with sensor performance and durability over time. Think about UV radiation degrading sensors, leading to inaccurate readings.
Ah, so the very environment the pool is in can be tough on the tech itself.
Exactly. Manufacturers are investing in better weather-resistant materials, but that, of course, increases the cost. Another potential hurdle is the reliance on constant internet connectivity. If you're in a rural area, maybe with spotty Wi-Fi, that's a problem. They are exploring offline capabilities, local storage, though.
Right. The connectivity issue is key for any smart device, really.
True. And finally, there's the risk of market oversaturation, especially in those regions where adoption is already high. It could become harder to differentiate products, maintain profit margins. It forces continuous innovation.
This raises an important question then. How do you balance that cutting edge innovation with making sure these things are actually reliable and accessible for everyone? Dealing with those environmental factors, the connectivity.
It's a tricky balance for sure. Investing in those robust, weather-resistant materials, developing offline modes, that directly addresses reliability in tougher conditions. It might mean a higher upfront cost, maybe, but the idea is the long-term reliability and reduced hassle make it worth it, make it more accessible overall. It's about designing for robustness, not just loading up on features.
Okay. So despite these challenges, the future still looks bright. What can we expect next? What's coming down the pike beyond 2025 in the smart pool monitor world?
Oh, the future looks incredibly promising. We're talking further improvements in sensor tech, definitely. More sophisticated AI capability systems that really learn your pool's specific needs, and even better energy efficiency. We'll likely see more product diversification too. Customized solutions for different types of pools, residential and commercial.
And more integration with the rest of the smart home.
Absolutely. Seamless integration is key. Imagine controlling your pool pump, lights, maybe even the heater, just by talking to your home assistant. Like Fluider SA. They're expected to launch a next-gen system in 2025, integrating with Alexa and Google Home. Voice control for your pool.
Voice control for the pool. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that emphasis on advanced predictive maintenance will get stronger. Using AI to anticipate failures suggests optimal maintenance schedules. Notifying you before something breaks. That minimizes downtime, saves costs, and really transforms pool ownership. It becomes proactive, almost invisible management.
Right. So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's abundantly clear the smart pool monitor market is set for really remarkable growth, propelled by tech advancements, yes, but also our growing demand for energy-efficient, automated solutions that just make life simpler.
Indeed. And despite those challenges we talked about, innovations like AI analytics, predictive maintenance, they're fundamentally redefining pool management. If you connect this to the bigger picture, it fits perfectly with that broader consumer shift towards sustainable, automated solutions. Things that simplify our lives, conserve resources. It's moving from reacting to problems to proactively managing them.
So here's a final thought for you to mull over then. As our homes become increasingly connected, increasingly automated, what other seemingly mundane tasks might be on the cusp of their own surprising tech revolution, mirroring what we're seeing with pool maintenance? What everyday chore could be the next smart frontier?